dark about pretty much everything, which is not helping her in her case whatsoever in finding her grandmother. Hey guys, it's Mia here, and welcome back to another bookish video. Today we are going to be talking about Scarlet, which is a dystopian future book set in Paris. Now, in case you don't know, Scarlet is about this girl named Scarlet, and it is very loosely based on the Little Red Riding Hood fairy tale, which I quickly picked up on, but I didn't look up to confirm until like page 300. So, Scarlet's grandmother has gone missing, and she's been missing for 2 weeks since the start of the book. Now, I am aware that this is book 2, but I had an easy time reading book 2 without reading book 1 because it really re-explains everything in the book anyway, so I didn't have trouble figuring out the story at all. So, Scarlet is a farmer girl who works on her grandmother's farm and delivers crops to local restaurants in order to make money for her grandmother and her farm, while she still tries to investigate her grandmother's disappearance, because her grandmother is the most important thing in the world to her. We're never really told what happened to her mother, and her father is kind of a drunk person that just shows up and leaves willy-nilly, so he isn't really in her life. So Scarlet's grandmother is really all she has, and so Scarlet is bound and determined to find her grandmother and bring her home. So that's what sets off Scarlet's story, to figure out what happened. Along the way, as she's delivering her daily delivery to a local restaurant, she meets a man by the name of Wolf, who defends her against some people being a jerk after she defends a lunar, which a lunar is someone that is a mutated human that resides on the moon, because in this world, people are living on Earth, and people are living on the moon. The ones living on the moon are called lunars, and the ones living on Earth are called Earthians. So, lunars are very, very hated against the Earthians, because some of the lunars have the ability to control bioenergy, or to mind control other humans in a sense. And so that makes Earthians very fearful of lunars because they don't want to be controlled by them. But Scarlet was sticking up for this lunar girl, and people in the restaurant were not happy about that. But that's when a man by the name of Wolf steps up to help. And so, through one way or another, they end up deciding that he is going to help her find her grandfather. So, that's what they do. Together they go on a journey to hunt down and find the ones who took her grandmother and helped to bring her home. But there's a problem. They are being chased by the people that took her, even though she doesn't know why her grandmother was taken or what they want from her. She's in the dark about pretty much everything, which is not helping her in her case whatsoever in finding her grandmother. Now, through working together to find her grandmother, Wolf and Scarlet end up having this connection, and it becomes very quickly a romantic connection between the two of them. So, as they're being chased, Wolf is leading them to the people that he believes are responsible for taking her grandmother, which have the same tattoo as him, which makes Scarlet at first not very trustful of him. And it all becomes this interconnected story of meeting this girl that she was defending on the TV, and Wolf helping her find her grandmother, and all this mystery as to why her grandmother was taken and what they're trying to get from her, and all this other stuff, and why they're hurting them in the first place, because there's no reason for it, because Scarlet doesn't know anything. Her grandmother never told her anything, so she's stuck wondering why this happened in the first place, because she thinks her grandmother is just an ordinary grandmother who runs a farm. She doesn't think she has any reason to be tangled up in this whole mess with lunars and humans and mind control and all of this, like, kidnapping stuff. Like, she's stuck in this mystery as to why her grandmother was taken. And that's something that I really liked. I really liked the romance between Wolf and between Scarlet, and I might get the other books just to see where that relationship goes, because I really enjoyed their back and forth and their relationship building. And on top of that, now that I know the mystery and why her grandmother was taken, it makes me want to see where the story will go next. And I might even get the first one to read that story, even though it was pretty recapped in this one. So, my main complaint about this book is I do not like switches in perspectives. You guys know this about me already. I've never liked switches in perspective because it takes me out of the story. But in Scarlet, she really doesn't warn you when she is changing a character's perspective, and for a second you're left trying to figure out who you're reading. And I didn't like that very much, but that's about the only complaint I had about the book. It looks like a big book, but it was pretty fast to get through, even though I haven't been reading much, so I enjoyed this. I might pick up the others if I get the chance, and I think she's a good author, but she needs to work on her switches in perspective. I wish less authors did switches in perspectives, because it really puts a pause on the momentum of the story when you have to take yourself out of the story to put yourself into the shoes of the next character. I've never liked that. It's not my preference. But if you enjoy that, more power to you. But that's my thoughts on Scarlet, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye, guys.